Book 1, The Ire of Aman. Chapter 1, The Sack of Talam. Part 2, Bagpipes over Slaughter. We find ourselves in the burning, ash-smothered town of Talam as the last of its defenders are hunted down and slaughtered one by one by the Coinbound company. We pan over to the limestone temple overlooking the town as a flock of townsfolk, too old, weak, or infirm to fight, are quietly ushered out by the priests Dido and Jezebel, straight into the arms of a coin-bound cell. JP, will you please describe who is waiting for them?
A leprechaun-looking shorty, bearded and buffoonic. He's very musical and jovial, smoking a thick smoking pipe, and you can almost feel like you recognize his stature, that of a fey creature of the leprechaun variety, someone that you know to be a fellow coin-bound, although not of your dispatch, someone who was lost earlier that was supposed to be successful in his mission but was not.
Every last gold coin will be mine. I bet me fortune and fame, lass.
His name is Finnegan Funpipe. He's a gnome, forest gnome, that is. And he's a jolly lass. Always likes to be the center of attention. This didn't work out so well, but I'm
Very nice. Maybe they will. Maybe perhaps things are turning to his favor. Well, what was his reaction to seeing the sun for the first time? Just a few minutes ago.
A single emerald tear dripping down his eye, almost as beautiful as the gold that he seeks to fill his heart, reminded him of how beautiful the world can be. The second most inspiring sight, other than that blessed sack of gold that he imagines in his dreams every night. A pot of gold, you might even say.
I love it. That's awesome. Oh, pot of gold! Nice. Nice. Well, now that there's sun, perhaps there'll be more rainbows in the future. So.
Awesome.
Well, as I said, there is a flock of weak, old, or very young children from the town just pouring out of the temple straight into Finnegan's arms. We can say that there's perhaps one other member of the Coinbound company here with him. We can say it's Noose. Noose, who famously, her little tagline is, "The last thing you'll feel is her kiss on your neck." She's sneaky, nimble, but has the bad habit of getting a little bit too greedy, sometimes to the detriment of the rest of the company, or putting herself in unnecessary danger. So yeah, you're here with Noose, ready to enter, and now all these people are pouring out. How do you kind of react to that? As a little reminder, the company's orders from the chirality of Aman are, quote, "For compassing and imagining the deaths of the Kyrie, the renegade by the name of Sister Bisha must be brought to Aman, her temple dismantled brick by brick, and the village and people of Talam must burn." So with that in mind, what is Finnegan's reaction to these townsfolk pouring out into his arms, as it were?
Is he inside the temple?
You're right in front of the door. You're basically, now that the doors are open, thanks to the coin-bound cell that paved the way, who we will get to in just a moment, you were about to enter, and then suddenly there's dozens of these people pouring out.
His reaction is to be like, "For me? You love me. You really love me. I knew this would be the day." And he pulls out his bagpipes and starts playing them vociferously. And as he sees the people pouring out of the temple, fantasizing with his eyes closed that it's his fans finally coming to him, as he's always dreamed. knowing that one day his day of fame would come.
Awesome. Give me a performance check of some kind, or a bagpipes check. Why not?
Let's roll a d20 on the table. All right, performance. That's a 9 plus 6, a 15.
15. Very nice. Noose initially is like eyes wide, ready to start putting these people down, but is equally bewildered by your performance. The people kind of stop midway. You've got Dido at the front, kind of leading the pack, unsure what to do. Sees what looks like an insane small leprechaun just smiling gleefully while the rest of their town just burns behind him. And the screams of their family and loved ones kind of ring through the air. Unless you try to stop them, they're going to, after a moment of hesitation, just like storm past you, basically.
I think
down the steps.
My goal would be to try to hold them back with the performance and maybe get their attention. That the loudness of the bagpipes is enough to get them to slow down, turn around, and maybe like behold the show rather than escape for their lives. Maybe they feel like something important is happening. Maybe a savior has arrived. Confusing.
Sure. Okay, excellent. I love it. Certainly that is the case for several of them, and a couple of them look up and notice the sun beaming down on them for the first time. The sun only broke through the clouds for the first time in hundreds of years while they were locked inside. So you all have seen the sun now for the first time, but they still have not. So between that and your performance, certainly many of them have stopped in their path. Very, very nice. Meanwhile, inside, we have, in the Hall of Silence at the back of the temple, piled high with the corpses of the town of Talam in various states of butchery, because indeed this town, like so many others, has had to resort to eating whatever source of nutrients they can, including, unfortunately, their own people at times. The Hall of Silence is full of such butchered bodies, as well as a single unassuming well at the very back. And in here are Mustard and Not Sure, who were exploring. And just a couple of seconds ago, Lance walked in with the priest Milesh in tow. Milesh, who had, under threat of death on behalf of Lance, promised to show the way to Sister Bisha, who is apparently beneath the temple. What are you three doing now?
I got woman. She told me where the priestess is.
Is it still silenced in the room?
Correct. You attempt to say that, Lance, and nothing comes out of your mouth. For this hall, the Hall of Silence, is indeed silent, meaning you also cannot hear the throngs of people exiting the temple behind you through the main hall. You cannot hear Finnegan's lovely performance, and you cannot speak to one another.
Let's get out of this hall, Lance mouths.
Okay.
Can I make a quick perception check just to make sure there's nothing I'm not noticing, like that piques my eye before we get out of this hall?
Sure, go for it.
I should have checked what my perception is before asking for this.
Well, while you're doing that, what's Not Sure up to?
Well, if the room's already been searched and we have a hostage, Not Sure is gonna follow, assuming that Lance knows what he's doing, and if she can grab like a nice sturdy bone on the way from one of the corpses, she will.
Sure, absolutely. You have a nice sturdy bone.
Nice.
We also established that there was a brazier in the center of the room.
Right. For setting fire.
Still burning away, and yeah, and the well also we had established was very narrow, and I believe Mustard dropped a coin down there, and we did in fact hear it. So whatever the silence effect is ends before the bottom of the well. How was your perception?
I got a 17.
Okay. Interesting. You were at the well, so it makes a lot of sense. You're looking around, and you notice that where most of the well is like quite dusty and doesn't actually look like it's used a lot of the time to like pull water, it does look like one of the gears that's kind of holding the pulley in place is not quite dusty.
Okay, so yeah, then if I pick up on that, 100% I'm gonna go try that gear and see if I can finagle it into working.
Okay. You start playing with it, and you notice that there's one direction where it turns very easily and like loosely, and you give it a little bit of a turn in the other direction, and it's much more difficult. But after a second, you do not hear, but you feel a kind of click, and suddenly, where my instinct was to make a sound effect, but obviously it is silent in here, the floor opens up, revealing a set of staircases going up, as well as a door just behind the well itself.
I'm gonna like signal to the other two and be like, let's go, let's get out of here, or let's check this out.
I happily follow.
Are you guys gonna choose to go up the left staircase, the right staircase, or the doorway behind the well?
Oh. Yeah, go ahead.
I tend to go for the doorway. Just for funsies.
That was gonna be my idea as well.
Well, there you
But
go.
I'm wondering if we should split. All right, let's just do it.
No.
What are we, Scooby-Doo? Okay, Maggie.
You know, I'd like to keep this
Speaking
character
of-
just a little bit longer.
Ruggy?
Speaking of splitting the party and looking for clues, Wonky, you find yourself suddenly no longer in pain, although it only lasted a very quick moment. Now deep in the dustiest and most forgotten corner of the library you once called home for so very long. Browsing the bookshelves when suddenly one of these tomes, the title on its binding, long faded from the touch of countless fingers, including your own so many times, calls out to you, calls to you to open. Strangely, and pardon me for taking away some of your agency, but you open the book. Strangely, yet unsurprisingly, in this near-death, dreamlike state, the text speaks of parts of your life. Memories of yours. Perhaps twisted in some way, perhaps exactly as you remember them, whether that memory is accurate or not. And for some reason, you flip to a random page. Can I please ask you to recount briefly what memory might be recorded on that page? You can just make something.
Probably the memory of when my very first chums, the Coinbound company, decided to bring me into the fold and haze me brutally in order to finally be one of them. The happiest day of my life.
And on that note, can you please roll a death saving throw? With that memory.
Yes,
Okay.
I have rolled.
If you want to, so in keeping with our usual rule of thumb, we'll keep the roll private, but if you want to whisper that to me, that'd be lovely. Meanwhile, Finnegan has many of the townsfolk entranced. How long is Finnegan planning to keep this performance up for? What's the move? A few of
The move here is to cast a spell to see who the richest, noblest among them might be, and order him to pay
And how do you? So, I'm assuming that's the spell command.
Yes.
Okay. And how are you going to determine who is the richest, noblest of these townsfolk?
By using my perceptive skills as a canoodler
Sure.
and busker for a lifetime.
Sure.
To look at the tassels and button count on the coats of the people around.
I love it. Go for it. Give me a perception check. I would say insight could also work. That's fine. But yeah, perception's great.
Okay. It's looking like a 15.
15, solid, especially for a very experienced busker such as yourself. And then, so you make eye contact with a child who's like hiding behind the skirts of a couple very old folk who seem to have kind of have taken charge of him and are protecting him. But the kid looks like he's definitely dressed far better than them, and he's only here because he's so much younger. Perhaps his parents are fighting in the town, fighting the Coinbound, and he has found himself alone. But you spy just for the briefest second when he pauses and looks up at the sky that he's got a nice silver chain under his collar, if nothing else. So you command him to pay. That is a wisdom saving throw. He is a child, also.
Children are the wisest of us all.
It's true. It's true.
Plus 10.
That is a failure. So you are casting a spell. It only has a verbal component, and you are already in this strange performative act. There's the sun beaming down. So in some situations, people would suddenly go on a witch hunt and be like, "Oh, this guy's casting magic." But in this case, in particular, it doesn't seem that extraordinarily different from what you've been doing for the past few moments. The child kind of pushes past the old folk who try to stop him, and he kind of pulls his way past, reaches under his shirt, pulls out not the chain but a like leather band that has like a small pouch on it, and hands it over to you, his eyes just wide. And when he does so, a handful of others kind of step forward and start offering the couple coppers that they have here. One of them gives you like a little copper wire hoop earring that they've made that's all bent and broken. Just little knickknacks and bits of coin. Let's see. If you can roll a d10.
I pop off my hat. Oh, D10.
But yeah, sorry. They start throwing the coins in the hat. Is that what you were gonna say?
I guess, yeah, I'm just inviting them to, I just like flip my head forward and pop off the hat on the ground so they know where to put the coins.
Okay, let's see.
That's unfortunately a nat 1.
So okay, this is just a d10 just for randomness.
For the
It's
D10.
not,
Big dice energy.
Oh, I thought it was like you get one silver coin.
you get 3 silver coins and a whopping 42 copper coins.
Okay.
And a little pouch of seeds. And plants are quite valuable in this. They're quite rare and stuff. So a pouch of seeds might actually be the best thing you get from this, in a way.
Sweet. I wonder what seeds they
Marijuana.
are. Yeah, now we're in real business, boys.
You're about to open up the first herb shop in the city.
Elving marching powder leaf.
Now that the sun is out, when you think about it.
Leprechaun's like green, right?
We cut.
Yeah.
Perhaps at that point, most of the crowd starts to disperse. Noose kind of turns to you and says, "We can't let them get out of here. What do we do?"
we're talking about.
Oh, yeah,
Continue.
sorry.
We're cutting out. My bad.
You're
my
good.
bad. We just need to buy them more time. They're not going anywhere, lass. Think about what more beautiful moment could there be than to be listening to me old tunes, looking at the sun shining. They're going nowhere. Not until they're finished paying up all their gold.
What an ego on this guy. He's like, no, my music's too good, man. I love it.
And there are like two here that kind of peel off, one here, but most of them stick around at the entrance to the temple at the moment. Inside, meanwhile, we have Mustard, Not Sure, and Lance going through the doorway, right behind the well.
Yes. I'd like to maybe inspect
You
the
are-
doorway before we go through it, but
Sure, you can do that.
Yes.
yeah,
It's a mimic.
So
I can. I can, but should I?
it is just a portal. There's no door kind of standing there currently, but you can still certainly check that out. You're doing an investigation check?
Yeah, at disadvantage because of my brain
Okay.
damage, and that's
Yeah.
also a 3 total.
Do you want to remind the players and the audience at home why you have brain damage?
Because I got
The
kicked
player,
by a
not
horse.
the character.
Yeah, you did get kicked by a horse.
I got real kicked by a horse. I got down and acquired a lingering injury because I rolled a 1 on that table, and that's brain damage. So now I roll all of
Yeah.
my brain saves and brain checks with disadvantage, which is not great. Those stats were not great to begin with, so
That's rough.
yeah. So that's a 3 total.
A 3? Okay. Looks clear.
Let's go. That's what I like
The
to hear.
person with the party member with brain damage goes, "Wait, guys, let me check out and make sure this door is okay."
Who's going through first?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Notcher is straight up just looking at the very base of the door and ignoring the rest of the doorway and looking at the ground and goes, "It's fine. This one's fine."
Can we hear each other now? Like past the well or whatever?
If you step through, who steps through first? Is it Not Sure leading the way?
I mean, I
as-
will.
as-
It's
as she
safe.
kicks out?
I figured out
Okay.
it's safe.
Good.
You step through and nothing ill befalls you.
Yeah, I was fucking
and,
right.
Indeed, you can now hear your footsteps. You were right. Amazing. Incredible.
You immediately get stabbed.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you step through. You can now hear, and you find yourself in what looks like a library. You see bookshelves and tables strewn with texts and writing materials, scrolls, tomes, including one kind of, you're face to face with one large. It looks like it was locked, but it's been hastily kind of opened and then just shut, and is not quite shut all the way. Bookcase with like an iron kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like grating, sort of like shutters, almost kind of covering it. But yeah, you are in the library, part of the library.
Someone needs to get the new guy. Thank you.
I'm gonna walk in afterwards. I don't know if I would have heard that, but I'm like, "Hey, where's that weird kid with the eyeball? Any of y'all seen him?"
Speaking of the weird kid with the eyeball, Wonky, after the memory of being welcomed by your new friends, the best day of your life, you flip through this dusty tome of your life to another memory. What memory is recorded on that page?
The memory of being enslaved to clean the jowls and bowels of the library I was in for innumerable years before the cataclysm or some kind of event drove me out of the library and on into the open world.
Okay.
So basically the the drudgery of and solitude of the obligation of being stuck in the library at the service of those shadow wizards.
Word. Hundreds of hours, perhaps, maybe even thousands of hours. How old is Wonky? Do we know?
He probably can't remember.
Okay. Word. Fair enough. Innumerable hours of cleaning and slaving away. So yeah, go ahead and roll your death save again, please. Meanwhile, in the library, you guys ask yourselves, where's the new guy? You don't see him anywhere. You know that he entered up top. What would you like to do?
Is there any sign, like any windows or any sign that this room connects to the exterior, or is it like a completely hidden and concealed sort of deal here?
There are no windows in this area. Around the corner, though, the library does wrap on both sides, to the right and to the left, back kind of towards you, towards the direction that you originally came.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Mustard, and I'm gonna...
Do you think we should look for the priestess? Do you think she would be here?
You know, she gotta be somewhere.
I'm gonna bring my hostage into the room and just be like, okay, where is book? You know the trap book in the library. You know what I thought.
You know, man. Every time you speak, I feel a little bit dumber. I gotta be honest. We're looking for the priestess.
Then, well, I'm not talking to you, idiot. And then what does the priest guy do?
It's the middle path. The middle path, and he points at the big iron grated bookcase.
I want to do an insight
This-
on him.
Yeah, does he look
Sure.
sincere?
Sure.
Nothing he says is sincere.
You guys
I
could all make an insight
say
check if you
too.
want.
Oh
I
yeah.
only got a 4.
Yeah, I can do an insight check. That's... Whew. Yep. 5.
Nice.
4, a 5, and a 6.
4, 5, and 6. Yep.
Listen, things are weird. He's being threatened with his life. So, up to you whether you trust him or not. Up to you as players.
Okay, I think we should at least try what he says.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Hey, priest boy, why don't you walk in that door first?
Happily.
Keep your swords raised.
As I told your friend here, pointing at Lance, only the devout of temperance and adherents of balance will be able to step foot in the Undercroft.
Yeah,
Follow me
devout.
at your own.
Whatever.
Yeah. He steps forward, swings open the iron grate. Very old grate that's clearly been here for easily a couple centuries, and without hesitation reaches for a book that we could say Mustard, because you had such a lovely perception check earlier and you're one of the first in the door. You do see that it is written on the binding, The Middle Path, and he pulls it down and just like in all those lovely films, it just goes at like a 45-degree angle. It doesn't slide all the way out, and then you hear a as the bookcase slides to the side, revealing a very narrow, a small staircase going down.
See, I told you. Thank you, priest man.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Middle path, temperance.
If you'll follow me, it's a little bit darker down here. May I take a torch?
Yeah, just watch yourself, buddy.
I don't know. Do you have torch?
Actually,
The,
I don't know if I have torch. I give him torch.
You know what?
okay.
I don't think we'll need that.
and then I take the bone that I've been holding and I cast light on it.
Nice.
He goes, oh, very, very nice. May I, or do you prefer to?
I can hold it.
hold on to
It's my bone.
it? Okay, very. Well, I believe that belonged to Teresa, actually.
Nah,
Um,
find his keepers.
Raises his hands. Fair enough. I'm not gonna push you on it. And he steps down and starts leading you guys down into the depths. Meanwhile, in the depths of Wonky's subconscious, Wonky flips to another page. What memory is recorded on this page?
When he was just a young Cyclopean lad, his mama telling him that he was the most beautiful one-eyed Cyclopean she'd ever seen.
Oh,
Mama, I failed.
oh no, oh no, so sad. Okay, give me another death save, and whisper to me the results, please. Yeah. Just so I can know when to stop asking.
Yeah.
Okay. So, at the bottom of this narrow staircase, it kind of winds around a couple times, zigzags, and you find yourselves at a beautiful, ornate wood and iron door, much like the doors that I described in the previous episode, to the temple and to the Hall of Silence. The iron grate covers, maybe in a pattern, an ornate pattern, covers the painted wood behind it, the wood which contains scripture in a lovely pastel yellow over the pastel blue kind of background. Very clearly locked. There's a nice big keyhole built into the grate that goes through the grate and into the wooden door. What would you guys like to do? I don't have the key. I'm sorry. Only the head priestess, Bisha, had it in her possession.
Okay, so where is she?
Well, she's deeper within, I suppose.
She locked the door from the other side?
Yes.
All
I
right.
suppose so. I mean,
I guess
we
that
can try
makes
the.
sense.
We could knock.
You want to knock on the door? I mean,
Maybe.
sure, go ahead. I'm gonna get ready to attack just in case some shit goes down.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at what's that man's name? What's the guy?
Milesh.
Let him go.
How valuable do you think you are?
Oh, fuck. Who's asking? I mean, to you, probably extremely valuable because I know this temple. But
Well, you're only
Slap
valuable
him
if you
across
can
the
get
face.
us in there.
Well, sorry. What was that? Get you in there? I've done what I can. Sister, please. And he starts banging on the door. Sister, I have an urgent message for you. Please open up. I'm gonna roll a deception check for him. He rolled a natural 4. Sister, please. I'm begging you, please. I have an urgent message.
Whoa, sound
I'm
a
not
little
under duress,
less.
I swear.
You sound like you're in trouble, man. You gotta work on it.
I promise I'm not in trouble, sister.
Don't
Please.
say that!
Please. Meanwhile, just the banging the whole time, cutting out every other word that he's screaming out. I mean, it carries on for a little while, and by the end he's just bawling. He's like, please, Miss Esther. What would you guys like to do?
I mean, hey, big guy. What was your name again? Lance? No, not you. Lance,
Yes.
you
Yes.
seem big and strong. You want to just kind of try and knock down that door, see if anything comes from that?
Okay, but hold him. I've been holding this guy the whole time.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna take out my dagger and I'm gonna hop on his shoulders and like keep the dagger to his throat on his own shoulders.
Okay, so he's kind of he's young, but he's like a bigger fellow. I don't know if I described him this way last time, but in my head he looks like Ciquier from Severance. Dylan from Severance.
Oh, no
Okay.
way. Yeah, okay. Legit.
That's kind of how I had him in. Yeah. If I could
Severance
cast
is
him
wild.
in our show. Yeah. So yeah, Lance, you hand him over. Mustard is now on his back, piggyback, with a knife to his throat. What's
That's not how I do things, but you do you. And then I'll try athletics, I guess.
okay to just force the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Give us
Okay.
something good.
Ooh, 22.
Easy. It takes you very little effort. You with one hand, you just kind of force it. Clearly, more of a door for decoration than like actual defense. You first try to push, and it doesn't have as much effect. And then as soon as you pull with like the same amount of force, it just swings wide, and you almost like hit Milesh and Mustard behind you. You're face to face now with a hallway that goes further than your light can reach. So at the very least 40 feet. I believe light is.
How long? How long until we get through this place?
Oh, it's just at the end of this hallway. There's the heart of the Undercroft, and she'll be in there.
Is there a secret exit from that place?
I don't think so, but it's possible that Sister Bisha knows things I do not.
Okay.
So-
Lead the way then.
Sorry, he probably wasn't bawling enough in those sentences. I don't think so. Yeah. Sure, he leads the way. What's the...
Can I
So, yeah.
do a firebolt down the hallway just so that it lights up like as far as we can see, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Firebolt, I think it's 120 feet. Is that
Yeah,
right?
120 feet.
Yep.
So yeah, it zooms down and smashes into a very similar door at the end of the hallway. You know from being practiced in casting firebolt that it's definitely not the end of your
Range.
like the limit of your. Yeah, it's somewhere in between. It's like maybe a little bit more than half of your range.
We didn't see anything
Um,
crazy as the fire went whizzing by, that like something hiding in the shadows, maybe.
Not at all. It's just
Okay.
a hallway. There are similar frescoes on the left and the right as the two pillars that are kind of at the front of the temple. So on the left-hand side, you've got representations of order. You've got Orichallan dragon knights riding. So these like armored elven figures riding dragons over cityscapes, sprawling cityscapes that last the entirety of the fresco. And on the right, you've got pure wilderness. Beasts, monsters, the unwashed masses, in there's tiny details of like 1 centimeter tall figures that are super detailed, including people that look like wonky, perhaps. Yeah. And other than that, it's just a hallway, 10 feet by however long it is.
I'm like, look, I found the new guy's cousins. As I look at the wonky frescoes.
Speaking of wonky frescoes, we cut back to the top floor of the library before the teachings of Rakesh. We have a seared, burned to a crisp wonky, but in his dreams, he is still fresh-faced, well-rested, in his favorite place, possibly in the world. Maybe not, actually. A variant of his favorite place, certainly, a library. And what is the next memory that you pull from this strange tome?
So Wonky can feel himself convulsing violently as the eyelids are peeling from the burn, and all he can think of is the time that he came upon a very special tome and writing in his great library, something that filled him with this visceral thrill, a power that he'd never experienced before, and a fear that was so terrible it shook him and yet inspired him. He remembers this with glee and thirst as I roll.
Very nice. Hopefully it's enough glee and thirst to carry him on to see another day, live to see another day. But we will find out in a few moments. Finnegan, as a master performer, you know that sometimes performances come to a natural close. This certainly feels like one of them. As you've now been here for 10, 15 minutes, people have emptied their coin purses, as far as you can tell. A number of people have kind of slinked off and seem to have escaped. Noose has done so as well, and you assume is doing what she does best and is possibly like picking people off that are kind of stragglers or leaving on their own. What would you like to do?
I'm cloistering them all to stand before me in a conical position, or I'm positioning myself so that they're all like relatively close, within 15 or so feet.
Okay, awesome.
As I'm rallying them toward me, herding them like goats,
Sure. Okay.
as I do when I'm performing, and I cast color spray to hit as many and to blind as many of them as
He's
possible.
just like, can everybody please gather in a conical formation?
I mean, I can totally see it. Like you're strutting to your right and then to your left, and they just naturally
Yes,
kind of.
exactly.
I can see it. I can see
Exactly. So I reach into my coat, and I basically like pull out this basically like this magical dust that I'm blowing towards them in a rainbow fashion. So you see a very wide rainbow glistening into the summer sun, and my attempt is to blind them with my incredible performance.
Beautiful. So go ahead and roll 60 10s. This is to see how many HP of creatures this affects. These are
60.
these are commoners, so
Here we go.
and they're like the weakest of the commoners. So we'll round it down a little bit and say that they have like 3 HP.
Okay. Okay, so this counts as this is an 8 and a 10.
Okay.
This is a 9 and a 9.
Okay.
This is a 9 and a 6.
Okay. So
Pretty damn good
51. Yeah, that's amazing. For D10s, that's fucking amazing. 17. We can say all of the remaining commoners here are blind. They're like, it's so. You hear mixed cries. It's so beautiful, and other people are screaming in fear. What's happening? We're all gonna die. And pure panic. Right about as another small cell of Coinbound come, torches and battle axes and sabers and little knives at the ready. It's about to be a massacre, and you know that your job here is done. The door is wide open and awaits you. Step inside.
I will step inside.
You step inside, and we can fast forward a little bit as you know, if I may, just for the sake of the narrative, assume that you see that there's the wide open door at the very end of the hallway. You head through there, and you see the staircase, and so you're gonna start heading down there. But first,
As a bonus action,
Sure.
I use Expeditious Retreat to dash as quick as I can into the path that was forged by my Coinbound mates.
I apologize if I'm taking away, your agency a little bit there,
No.
just for the sake of reuniting the party. I think it's
It's almost
Yeah,
like you're the
100%.
dungeon
Because
master
there
or
are-
something.
Yeah.
well. I do want to.
Yeah, I have no
I
complaints.
kid.
I wouldn't
No
normally, if it weren't for the sake of reuniting you guys, I wouldn't normally do that. But because, as a reminder, there are 2 doors that you have not yet explored. There were
True.
there was one to the right after the entrance, and one to the left right after the entrance, through which like a few of the priests had come and gone. So those are there just for future reference and for the sake of the audiences, reminding the audience as well, and you guys. But those who are downstairs, I assume Lance is at the front now, and then Milesh with mustard on his back, and then not sure at the rear. Does that sound fair to say?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Are we at the door, or are we just walking through the thing now?
You're walking through the hallway,
Okay.
and as you do, you're like maybe halfway through the hall when suddenly you feel the ground shift under your feet. Simultaneously, Malesh attempts to kind of throw Mustard off of his back. You watch as the floor tilts forward. So now Not Sure suddenly is the highest in elevation of everyone because Not Sure is at the back. And a gaping hole reveals itself about 2/3 of the way through this hallway, and you guys are now on a steep slope set to slide down under the door straight ahead of you, essentially.
Can I slit his
The
throat?
floor has turned into a bit of a slide, a seesaw, if you will. A seesaw jutting, sending you guys forward. I need a saving throw, a dexterity saving throw from everyone here.
Can I slit his throat before that happens, or?
While we're at it, yeah, we can. Yeah, while we're at it, let's roll for initiative as well, please.
Can I slit his throat before any of this happens? It's okay if I can't. That's fine.
If you want to,
Wait.
I'll say if you want to like fail your dex save and just slit his throat, you can say that happens. Like you spend that time instead of catching yourself, you just slit his throat.
I rolled once. Did you want me to do the dex first or the initiative first?
Well, I said dex first, so let's say dex first.
Okay, so then I got 21.
Okay, anyone else above 20?
No.
You know, I'm cycling through all of my d20s and it's not working.
JP, if you want to also roll,
Has Finnegan gotten there?
you're
Yeah.
going to be coming in like very shortly, basically. So if you want to roll for Finnegan and Wonky, that would be good.
Oh, and wonky? Interesting.
Yeah, just to-
It's a 1. It's a 1 plus 2 for initiative. That's 3.
So the whole thing is like...
I get there last.
Oh, initiative, sorry. I thought you were talking
Yeah,
about
just
dex.
initiative, just so we can keep doing the death saves while we need to.
So 21 was my dex, eh? Not my initiative.
Gotcha. Thank you. True. I did right.
My initiative, I only got a 12.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone above 15 for initiative?
Nope.
No.
Okay, above 10. We have a 12 from Alesh.
No.
I got the
Got
12.
a
I
10.
got I think 4. Yeah,
Sorry.
I got 4.
Okay.
Mustard 12, Not Sure 10.
Not sure 10.
Yeah. Lance 4.
Lance 4, and Finnegan 3.
Finnegan.
And how about Wonky? He's a 6.
Initiativo.
He's a 6. Okay, Milesh is the first in the initiative count. He's going to roll his dex save. I guess we'll do the dex saves. I mean, we'll keep Mustards for now, and if anyone has rolled, we'll keep those. But we'll address them as we get to your initiative. Milesh definitely fails, so he is now sliding down the hallway. Yeah, I mean, you're basically all sliding at the same speed. He's technically still behind Lance, unless Lance passes his save. But his turn is going to be attempting to throw Mustard off of him. So
am I
that
not
is a natural
sliding
2.
because of my dex thing? Like, am I like... Or do I still
Correct.
have him?
You have somehow caught yourself. Go ahead and
Okay.
give me an athletics check to keep hold of him, because he's trying to
Sure.
break your grapple check.
I feel like he wouldn't because we've become such close friends. That's
True.
cocked. That's cocked.
Physically very close.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Okay.
16.
16. Okay, 16. You stay on him, but he is now sliding.
Okay.
It is your turn in the initiative. You passed, so you are not sliding. I will say, if you want to keep hold of him, you will be sliding down this
Yeah.
hallway. Otherwise, the pass is basically you letting go of him and somehow, stopping yourself.
I'm gonna keep on holding on to him because I want to slit his neck. I want to slit his throat. I don't like this guy.
Okay. Well, it's your turn. You can use an action to slit his throat. No problem.
Sick. I will do that. Yeah. With my dagger. Oh, that's not great. Is that cocked? Let me see. Nope. Okay. So that is a 12 to hit.
That does hit.
Ooh. Okay. Nice. That's very good. 1d4. So that's a 6 piercing damage.
You slit his throat.
Nice.
Milesh bleeds out a gargling mess as you slide down the hall.
I knew I didn't trust him.
Threatening to kick the legs out from under Lance. But first, not sure, at the very rear of the hallway. Go ahead and give me a dex save.
That's a solid
And then also
11.
11 is a failure. You are sliding
Yeah.
down the hall. Also, I'm sorry. Mustard, did you have a bonus action you wanted to do? Sorry, I did cut you off.
Oh, no. I think I'm good for now. I want to see what this turns into. Like, unless I can do
Okay,
a bonus
not sure.
action to stop sliding, like now that I've slit his throat. But
I mean, you do have your bunny hop ability. Do you still have a use of that left? I think you have limited uses.
Of what? Sorry, what?
Your bunny hop.
Oh, the hop. The hop. I think I can use anytime. No, sorry, I can.
It's
yeah.
not.
Oh no, sorry, you're right. Number of times equal to my proficiency bonus. So technically,
so
I can use
twice.
it one more time. But so I would need to use that basically to stay stable.
I would say you can use that to attempt to stay stable. You'll get another try at the.
Sure, let's do that. Sure.
Okay, so give me another dex.
Another dex. And I forgot I have that lucky footwork just in case I fail the dex,
Oh, sick.
which I probably will. That is a 8. So
Yeah, that is a failure.
with lucky footwork and add a d4 to potentially save it.
Okay.
It's a 10 in total.
Still a failure, I'm afraid. You are sliding down the hallway, right beside Not Sure, who is also sliding down. What would Not Sure
Well,
do?
can I also do that considering I don't have bunny hop, but I do have mirthful leaps.
Mirthful leap.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I'd love
Go.
to not be sliding,
Is
but
that also limited?
Depends on how happy
quickly
and
it doesn't
mirthful.
say in the description, but I would look it up.
Okay. But yeah, okay, so go ahead and make another attempt.
Sorry. That's worse.
You know what? Instead of making another attempt, how about you just roll a d8 and add that, because that's
Oh, I'd love
mirthful
that.
leap.
That's
Whenever you make a
way
long
better.
jump or a high jump, yeah, whenever you make a long jump or a high jump, you roll a d8 and add that number to the number of feet you cover. So in this case, we're just gonna switch that around a little bit and add that to your dex save rather
Great.
than the number of feet.
That's an 8. So
Very nice.
yeah, 19.
Nice.
That is a success. Describe to me, if you will. So, if you have a good, so you're at the back 2/3 of this hallway. The last third has not moved. You are sliding down from the very back towards basically going under that last third of the hallway. I hope that makes sense.
Yes.
How are you trying to save yourself? Are you trying to jump onto that last third? Are you trying to stay at the very back and hold onto the door? Actually, the door is now covered by the floor. But like, describe to me kind of how you're getting out of this.
All right, so
Or
you
attempting
know
to get out of this.
how mountain goats like work their way up a mountain, and it's like
Yeah.
by standing on places where you could not physically see that there was a tiny ledge. Well,
Sure.
it's similar to that. It's finding those like creases in like the, I'm imagining, stone flooring, and like getting high up enough to be able to jump to that other stable place.
Sick. Maybe even like parts of the fresco.
Yeah.
Like you're stepping on one of the wonky cousins.
Yeah.
Just the tiniest little ledge of a little monster on the chaos side or whatever. Okay. Yeah. Sick. You jump to the last third of the hallway, and it seems solid. It seems safe. Right as you see Mustard kind of sliding right under you and going down, disappearing into the darkness beneath you. You are also holding the light, so unfortunately they are descending into pitch darkness here. Wonky is up next. If I could please have another little memory and a death save from Wonky.
Guys, this has been very many death saves. This one's for all the beans. And so Wonky is in some way at a threshold, a terrible crossroad with a beaming light and a burning darkness. And something beckons to him as he finally rolls what seems to be the last breath held in him. And last breath it is, until he makes a promise, nay, a bargain,
Dormammu.
and chooses to trade in the 12 points of luck that he did have, 13 points of luck, down to 5, basically burning 8 points of permanent luck stat in order to emerge with a -3 luck statistic and re-emerge, not quite dead and yet not quite alive, peeling and more hideous than ever imagined. He'll now have to carry for his lifetime a disgusting disfigurement to add to his already disgusting visage. And he shudders at the thought that he may have this one last chance at life.
So is Wonky the new BBEG? Is that what's happening right now?
For a moment, I thought you made a warlock
Beautiful.
pact out of nowhere. I was like,
I've come
That
to
was
bargain.
beautiful. We will. So, a little reminder to the audience back home: we have a 7th ability score, Luck, which is both a resource and an ability score. And in this case, you have seen it used as a resource. But now, as an ability score, as JP mentioned, he is now has a -3 to any luck checks. So, we will see how we will see how that comes up in the future. So, Lance, you have just seen Not Sure, your satyr companion, bounce from wall to wall, using every little bit of leverage she has in this hallway to jump over the seesaw to safety. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, Mustard has slit the throat of Milesh, whose corpse is tumbling down into the darkness in front of you, as is Mustard. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw before starting your turn.
I believe that is 12.
12 is a failure. You are at the front of the pack as well, so your DC was a little bit higher because you have less time to react, because you are at the bottom of this seesaw that is beckoning you into the darkness. Not Sure has the only source of light with you as well. You are a human, so you have no dark vision. You slide down the remainder of this seesaw. As your weight disappears from the seesaw as well, and Milesh and Mustard are pretty much side by side. Suddenly, the seesaw goes to slam shut again, threatening to crush Milesh and or Mustard's body in half if it kind of closes right on your midsection. Go ahead and give me a little luck check, Mustard, please.
Sure.
Let's see how unlucky you are.
Just to confirm, I think my luck was 9 from what I'm reading in the chat. That's like, what, +1 or +0?
So a -1.
-1. Oh, it's at 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so that's literally a 10. Right in the middle.
Okay. And right in the middle, indeed. The seesaw slams shut right on your midsection. Milesh was, quote-unquote, fortunate enough not to have that happen, but is plummeting in with Lance. So Lance and Milesh's body are now alone beneath the feet of Not Sure and Mustard. Mustard, meanwhile, you get crushed
Nice.
for a little bit of damage.
Fun way to go out.
Ooh, not so little. You get 8 points of damage.
Okay. All right. I'm surviving.
And your legs are basically like your midsection is keeping the seesaw from fully closing, but there is a massive counterweight apparently at the entrance side of the hall that is effectively threatening to sever you in half if you do not somehow free yourself.
Gotcha.
Meanwhile, Lance, you fall what feels like 10, 20, 30 feet. And then suddenly your fall stops. Mid-fall. And
Okay.
it's not immediately obvious why until you begin to sizzle.
Uh-oh.
Please.
That's not good.
Yeah, not great.
Death is upon us.
Death may be
Well,
upon
upon Lance, that's for sure.
My midsection
Lance?
got crushed, so I'm pretty close.
you. Your midsection it is being crushed. You are still mid-crush.
I mean, if you can make it to the
Yeah.
ledge. I am a cleric.
See? Oh, that's useful. That's very useful.
That is very useful.
I was just going through my spells and I have nothing.
With Finnegan rushing down to join his compatriots in the Undercroft, Not Sure safely at the end of this hallway, Mustard threatening to lose his lower half, and Lance now disappearing into the darkness below, along with Milesh's corpse. We will leave you here for episode 2 of Mercs and Jerks. We will see you next week.